Hey there, first grade. How's everybody doing today? And welcome back to another remote learning math lesson with Mr. Enzi. Today, we are going to continue to learn about our cubes, our longs, and today we're going to learn about a flat. And we are going to need a brand new math mat today. This math mat says place value mat at the top. And it has our cubes, our longs, and it has the flat. See if you can find that math mat. Place it inside your sheet protector. Grab your dry erase marker, and you are ready to go. So, without further ado, let me shrink myself into the corner. Today, we are going to be doing grade 1, lesson 6.10, more place value. And we are going to be using our place value math mat placed inside of your sheet protector. And if you have longs and cubes at home, you can use them also throughout this lesson. So let's make sure everybody understands. We use base 10 blocks to help us with our numbers. And the base 10 blocks all start with this one little tiny cube. It's a cube. And that little tiny cube represents 1. Now, when we stick 10 of these little cubes together, we get what's called a long. So the long represents 10. And whenever we have a long, we always have to add 10 more. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Now, when I put 10 longs together, here's a long, here's a long, here's a long, another long, another long, another long. We call that a flat. Let's find how much a flat equals. If each one is 10, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So our cube is worth 1. Our long is worth 10. And our flat is worth 100. And if I had to count my flats, I'd count by hundreds. 100, 200, 300, 400, and on and on and on. Remember that place value has to do with two things. The place is where the digit sits. You can see in my number 22, the number 2 sits in the tens place. And then the value tells us how much the digit is worth. Well, you can see in the number 92, the digit 2 is in the ones place. It's only worth 2. Here, the number 2 is in the tens place. The value is 20. 29. 92. So where our number sits tells us how much the digit is worth. And we call that place value. So you might remember that we have our tens place and we have our ones place. And just to remind you, I could have the number 29. Now the tens place means we have 2 longs, 10, 20. And the 9, which is in the ones place, means that we have 9 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 10, 20, 29. Now remember, if the number was 92, it would look a lot different. Look how many flats I have this time. 90 means I have 9 flats. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then 2 cubes in my ones place. So we have 90, 91, 92. Today we're going to take a look at solving some place value riddles. And I'm going to tell you how many longs you have and how many cubes you have. And then you're going to have to decide, what number am I? And then I'm going to ask you to circle the tens digit in the number that we make. Now, we're going to be drawing our longs and cubes on our place value mat. Now, Mr. Enzi just drew something on there just to give you an idea of what it would look like. So you don't have to draw anything yet. But remember here in the ones place, that's where we have our cubes. Now, Mr. Enzi has the official cube there. If you don't have any longs and cubes at home, remember that you would just draw a simple dot. Do not try to draw these boxes because then they start to get big and it's tough to count. Just put a little dot for your cube. It's nice and easy to see. It's easy to make. It's easy to count. Remember that the tens place is where we put our longs. And our tens place, that's where our longs are going to go and we're going to be counting by tens. Now remember, if you have to draw a long, we just draw a straight line down. Simple as that. And when we count it by tens every time. Now, this is new. This place here is the hundreds place. We use that when we have 3 numbers in it. 3 digits. And that's where our flat is. Now, if we had to draw a flat, we would just draw a square. And that's why I tell students to just draw a dot for your cubes, because sometimes we draw those little squares in boxes and we get all mixed up. So my flat is worth 100. So you're going to want to make sure that you have a math mat ready to get. Now you see this number here? This number here is 100, because here's 100. And then we have 30 more. 10, 20, 30. And then we have 2 cubes. 132. And I would write it like this. 132. The ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. All right, first grade. Let's get ready to solve our very first riddle. Here we go. Here's our first place value riddle. 1 long and 3 cubes. What am I? Go ahead and draw 1 long and 3 cubes. And then count up how much you have. I'm going to do it on my place value chart also. 1 long and 3 cubes. And there's mine. Now, the riddle is, how much do you have? So let's think. We have 10, 11, 12. Did you get 13? So our answer is the number 13. Go ahead and write that number on your math mat. because we have one more thing that we have to do. Circle the tens digit. Well, remember, the last digit is the ones digit. And then comes the tens. So we are going to circle the 1 because that's the number of longs we have. And our longs equals our tens. Let's try another one. Go ahead and clear off your sheet protector. Here's our next one. This time we have 2 longs and 8 cubes. What am I? Circle the tens digit. 2 longs and 8 cubes. What am I? 2 longs and 8 cubes. What am I? Here's my longs and cubes. Does yours look the same? Remember, you're using lines and dots if you don't have your base 10 blocks. Now we have to count it. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So what am I? 2 longs and 8 cubes is the number 28. Go ahead and write the number 28 on your sheet protector. Circle the tens digit. The tens digit is the number of longs that you have. So go ahead and circle the 2. That's the tens digit. Wow, great job. Let's try another one. Let's get a little harder this time. Ooh, here's a good one. This time I have 2 longs and 11 cubes. What am I? 2 longs and 11 cubes. What am I? 2 longs and 11 cubes. Okay. What am I? This is a tricky one. Wow. Well, let's count and see what you got. 10, 20. Now I have to count by ones. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So when I have 2 longs and 11 cubes, I have the number 31. I sure hope nobody wrote the number 211. That wouldn't be correct. And here's the reason why. Notice that I have a group of 10 cubes. This group of 10 cubes is just like having another long. 10, 20, 30, 31. I made a trade. I took my 10 cubes and I stuck them all together to make a long. And I still got the same answer, 31. Circle the tens digit in the number 31. Did you circle the 3? If so, awesome job. Let's try another one. Let's clear. Let's see if we can get even harder. This time I have 3 longs and 15 cubes. 3 longs and 15 cubes. Let's see. What am I? 3 longs and 15 cubes. I'm going to do mine also. 3 longs and 15 cubes. How much do we have? Let's count and let's see. My tens place, I have to count by tens. 10, 20, 30. Now I have to count by ones. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Let me go and write that. What am I? 45. Wow, it looks a lot different than 3 longs and 15 cubes. I have the number 4 and the number 5. There's a reason why. Take a look at my cubes. I have a group of 10 cubes. And that means I can make a trade. I can take those 10 cubes and trade them for another long. So I'm going to put in my long and I'm going to get rid of those 10 cubes. Let's see how much we have now. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Exactly what we had. Can you circle the tens digit in the number 45? The tens digit is the 4, and it's worth 40. That means the 5 is the ones digit. Awesome job. Let's try one last one. And this time, I'm going to add something. I'm going to add a flat. This time I have 1 flat, 2 longs, and 4 cubes. This is a challenge. What am I? See if you can draw your flats, longs, and cubes. 1 flat, 2 longs, and 4 cubes. I'm going to draw mine too. 1 flat, 2 longs, and 4 cubes. Now, in order to count this, I have to start with the flat. 100, 110, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124. Let me show you how to write that. 124. Circle the tens digit. The tens digit is where my longs are. And the 2 represents my tens place, because my ones is my last place. Then comes the tens, and then comes the hundreds. Ones, tens, hundreds. All right, first grade. Today, we did some more place value practice. We talked about our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our cubes, our longs, and our flats. And we even made some trades, because whenever we have a group of 10 cubes, that's the same as 1 long. You're going to have some activities to do in Seesaw, and I can't wait to see how smart you are.